I like to be called Jeremy, and I am persevering. I like to help others to solve their problems. I'm tolerant when someone don't understand, and I try to be calm and accessible to friends. Although sometimes I'm somehow dramatic, strict, and never have been romantic. Something that I have to improve. But I think that it's also an important part of who I am and what I can become. My biggest short-term interest are my 20s. I will have win a national water polo Olympiad medal and be satisfied. Also, I want to graduate and study something that I really like to do. Something like to be a psychology engineer, graphic designer, lawyer, fashion designer, model, scientist, journalist, political, farmer, or I really don't know. But none of them finished to convince me for different reasons. So far, I don't have many archives, but some of them are being able to get to high school, being part of the selective water polo team of Querétaro, UNAM, and Nuevo León. Despite being a genius, trying water polo was something that started as a hobby and ended up shaping what I am now. Since I had to increase my skills to get where I am in this sport. Since I was a little, I always wanted to have my own company and have a family, and still being my biggest dream. But if I need to choose fulfill one of those dreams, my family I would prefer. Something that of my talents are being able to adapt and be someone happy, passionate, and optimist. My role model was my patron and grandfather, who was very kind, curious, and cheerful. And someday I would like to be like him. Currently, I think I have some character of his attitude. Also, my biggest belief that is tomorrow will be a better day. I think he thought that himself, and that's why he was kind to everyone, and that's what drives me to move forward in the life and keeps looking for new things that I like. Currently, my favorite movies are the saga of Star Wars, but I like to keep seeing what else there is. I am 16 years old, and through that time, I have had many moments that I would like to share, and many others that I don't, but I didn't remember them. My first memory is being a kinder, playing, waiting for my mother to come for me. Since then, I think I'm someone very active, and that's why my mom, to solve that, she decided that we should exercise when we are very young. She will take us to the park to play, my brother and me. But when we start to grow up, she wants us to do a sport, but none of us like it. Uh, and for the reason we practice many sports in a short time until we reaches a pole, where I found a sport in which I like being, called water polo. That is a cooperative and it's strategy game. So I want to stay there and ending going some days. I will train and others I will go to a course in a church that I like it. I was like this for a while until one day as a coach he told us that he would take the best 13 for the National Olympiad, a very important competition. The problem is that we should choose among the 14 that he already trained personally. Then one would stay out, and I was one of the smallest and novice of the group. So my field of opportunity to go was very small. At that time, I was only 12 years old and had been training for a while. So I asked my parents what could I do to go because I didn't have many chance to being selected. So my dad told me, if you really want to go, you will have to go to train every day without fail to show the coach that you already want to go and you deserve to go more than the others even if them are better than you. But to do that, I will have to leave my other class because they were spliced with training, and now I will have to train a more professional way. In addition to many times, I had to change going without friends, instead to going to train. That was one of the most memorable days of my life because from that day my life took the actual course and it's taking now and greatly influenced who I am now because that day I also promised to win a national Olympic medal. Although those were very stressful days because I had to keep up at school I went to my training seasons, which was very thorough. It was, but it was worth the value because I managed to go to an important tournament and later continued competing to reach other teams that had more support and even sponsors. I never looked for glamour, but I got to appear in articles as a part of the team, and I've been able to compete in many different locations. I am grateful to my parents for teaching me to be responsible and support me. Thanks to that, I have also learned to be disciplined with other things like the environment, because taking care of it implies a responsibility that we all have, and we have to do it as much as we can to be able to live the world where you can live many more years, even if it is not for us. And although my living time isn't as long that so many years, I learned many things, and one of my favorite phrases is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, because in my experience you can overcome more talented people than you if you strive to be better than them.